Let's get something straight from the beginning. Silence, when it comes from a man who respects himself, is not weakness. It's not avoidance, and it's not a tactic. It's a position. In modern dating, almost everyone talks too much. They explain their intentions. They justify their emotions. They chase clarity, reassurance, and validation. So when a man suddenly goes quiet, not out of anger, not to punish, but because he refuses confusion, disrespect, or emotional imbalance, the entire dynamic shifts. Not because he disappears, but because he removes certainty. And certainty is what most emotional dynamics are built on. What happens next is not random. It's psychological. Here are the 5 stages most women go through when a man they were used to suddenly stops talking, especially when that man was stable, present, and emotionally grounded. Stage 1, she feels the loss of control. When you stop talking, she doesn't simply move on, she feels it. Your attention was something she relied on, often without realizing it. It made her feel desired. It made her feel secure. And most importantly, it gave her a sense of control over the emotional situation. The moment that attention disappears, something destabilizes. And her first reaction is rarely emotional honesty. It's reaction. She may suddenly become more visible, post more, look happier, freer, more confident than usual. Not because she's celebrating your absence, but because she wants a response. A reaction restores control. This is why so many men break their silence here. They see the posts, they feel provoked, they feel replaced, and the moment they react, the power shifts back. But when you don't react, uncertainty enters the picture, and uncertainty is uncomfortable. Stage 2, she starts questioning herself. When provoking you doesn't work, something deeper happens. The focus turns inward. She begins asking questions she didn't ask before. Why? Hasn't he reached out? Did I misjudge my importance to him? Did I take him for granted? Did I lose something valuable? As long as a man remains available, most women never question their position. Availability creates emotional certainty. But when a man withdraws calmly without explanation, that certainty collapses. She may not admit it out loud. She may keep smiling. She may act unaffected. But internally, doubt starts to grow. She may quietly monitor you. Check if you're active. Look for signs that you've moved on. Not because she wants to chase, but because she wants clarity without vulnerability. This is the stage where respect begins to form. Stage 3, she reaches out casually. The test. After doubt sets in, many women test the waters. Not with accountability, not with apologies, not with emotional exposure, but with something light. A casual message, a neutral question, a shared memory. Hey, hope you're doing well. I just saw something that reminded me of you. Did you see the new episode of that show? On the surface, it looks harmless, but psychologically, it's a test. She's not trying to rebuild the connection. She's checking whether she still has emotional access to you. If you respond immediately, warmly, and emotionally, the dynamic resets. Music. She knows you were still waiting, but if your response is calm, delayed, or minimal, or if you don't respond at all, something becomes very clear to her. You're no longer where she left you. Music. And that realization is unsettling. When your response doesn't come the way she expected or doesn't come at all, something subtle but powerful clicks. It's not anger yet. It's not sadness either. It's realization. She starts to understand that your silence isn't emotional withdrawal. It's not sulking. It's not a tactic to pull her back. It's distance, real distance. And distance forces recalibration. This is when she stops seeing your silence as a phase and starts seeing it as a new position. You're no longer reacting to her behavior. You're no longer orienting yourself around her responses. You've stepped out of the emotional loop. That's when curiosity turns into unease, because the question is no longer, why is he quiet? It becomes what changed in him. And that question matters more than any text she could send. Stage 4, she acts indifferent. Ego defense mode. Once she senses that casual contact won't pull you back, ego steps in. This is the most misunderstood stage. From the outside, it looks like strength, confidence, moving on, but psychologically, it's defense. She begins acting as if your silence means nothing. More activity, more social proof, more signals of I'm fine. But real indifference doesn't announce itself. Real indifference is quiet. What you're seeing here is compensation. She's trying to flip the narrative in her own mind and in yours to feel like she's the one who let go, music like she's the one who won. This stage is dangerous for men who are emotionally reactive because it creates the illusion that you lost, that your silence failed, that she never cared. And that illusion pushes many men to break. They reach out to explain, to clarify, to soften the distance, and the moment they do, everything collapses. Because the silence only works when it's rooted in self-respect, not fear of loss. Her indifference is not peace, it's protection. And protection exists because something still hurts. Stage 5, emotional vulnerability. If the connection was real, if the silence continues, and if the connection genuinely mattered, this is where things finally shift. Not externally, internally. Music. Her pride starts to crack. This doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen dramatically. It happens when she's exhausted all other defenses. The message she sends now feels different. Music. It's not playful, not neutral, not strategic. It's music honest. I've been thinking about you. I didn't expect your absence to affect me like this. I feel like something important ended without closure. Sometimes she admits regret. Sometimes she admits confusion. Sometimes she admits missing you. This is not manipulation. This is exposure. But here's the crucial point most men miss. Vulnerability is not commitment. It's an opening, not a resolution. Your job is not to rush back into the past and not to punish her either. Your job is to remain grounded, to respond without urgency, to listen without collapsing, to stay present without abandoning your standards. If she truly wants reconnection, it won't stop at words. It will show up as consistency, effort, and emotional responsibility over time. If it doesn't, then the silence already served its purpose. When a man stops talking from a place of self-respect, not ego, he sends a message without saying a word. I value my peace more than emotional chaos. That message lands music deeply because silence removes confusion. It removes noise music, and it forces truth to surface. The wrong woman resents it. The right woman respects it. And if she wants you, she won't try to drag you back to who you were. She'll step forward to meet who you've become. That's the difference. Silence isn't absence. It's alignment. Music. And when it's real, it doesn't need explanation.